seed oils, inflammation, and the modern health crisis. What you're not being told. There's a bottle in nearly every kitchen, a clear golden oil that seems harmless. It's in your salad dressing, your chips, your sauces, your granola bars. It's cheap, it's everywhere, and it's marketed as heart healthy. But is it really? Today we uncover the truth about seed oils, a quiet revolution in our diet that could be contributing to some of the biggest health challenges of our time. Let's start with what they are. Seed oils, also called vegetable oils, include soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil, and grapeseed oil. They became popular in the 20th century as an alternative to animal fats. What began as industrial byproducts, literally used to grease machinery, slowly made their way into the food supply. Today, the average American consumes over 20 times more seed oil than they did a century ago. That's not a typo. The main issue is the tea that they are natural. It is how they were made and what they do inside the body. To extract oil from tiny seeds, manufacturers use high heat, chemical solvents like hexane, deodorizing agents, and bleaching. The result, an oil that looks clean but is highly unstable at the molecular level. These oils are rich in something called omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFAs, particularly linoleic acid. Now, omega-6 fats aren't bad in small amounts, but the modern diet has taken them to an extreme. Our ancestors ate omega-6 and omega-3 fats in a ratio of about 1.1 to 4.1. Today, thanks largely to seed oils, that ratio is often 20.1 or even 50.1 in favor of omega-6. Why does this matter? Because excess omega-6, particularly linoleic acid, is pro-inflammatory. It's linked to oxidative stress, insulin resistance, and the breakdown of cell membranes. When stored in our fat cells, it alters how our body burns energy and regulates hormones. Inflammation is the silent root of many chronic diseases: heart disease, obesity, diabetes, cancer, autoimmune disorders, and even depression. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that mice fed a high linoleic acid diet had significantly more inflammation and liver fat accumulation than those fed saturated fats. A 2020 review in Nutrients linked excess omega-6 to increased risk of cardiovascular disease when not balanced with enough omega-3s. Let's make it real. Consider Mark, a 42-year-old father of two. He switched to a heart-healthy diet. Whole wheat bread, low-fat salad dressings, granola, plant-based meats. He was eating clean, or so he thought. But he started gaining weight, developed joint pain, and had constant brain fog. After researching inflammation, he cut out seed oils and processed snacks. He began cooking with olive oil, butter, and coconut oil. Within weeks, his energy returned, his sleep improved, and the chronic aches he thought were normal aging faded away. Seed oils are stealthy. They're in almost every processed food, from crackers and cookies to health bars and frozen meals. Restaurants use them for deep frying because they're cheap and shelf stable. Even natural or organic foods often contain them. But here's the kicker. Seed oils don't just promote inflammation. They accumulate in your body. Studies show that linoleic acid can stay in your fat cells for months or even years, affecting your metabolism long after you've stopped consuming it. Now, let's talk about the misinformation. For decades, seed oils were promoted as better alternatives to saturated fats. Public health campaigns told us to ditch butter for margarine to replace lard with canola. This shift was largely influenced by flawed studies and industry lobbying. One of the most cited trials, the Minnesota coronary experiment, actually showed that replacing saturated fat with corn oil lowered cholesterol but increased mortality, especially from cancer. Yet the findings were buried for decades. So what can you do now? First, don't panic. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness and small changes that protect your long-term health. Here's what you can start doing today. Me1, read ingredient labels. Look out for soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil, and vegetable oil. These often hide in sauces, baked goods, and snacks, even healthy ones. 2. Cook at home with stable whole fats. Use extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, butter, ghee, or coconut oil. These are less processed, more stable at high heat, and better supported by long-term health studies. 3. Prioritize whole, unprocessed foods. Fresh vegetables, grass-fed meats, wild fish, legumes, and fruit. These crowd out the need for packaged, seed oil-laden foods. Increase omega-3s. Eat fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, or consider a high-quality fish oil supplement. Balancing omega-6 with omega-3 helps reduce inflammation. 5. Limit eating out, or ask what oils are used. Many restaurants use seed oils by default. Don't be afraid to ask, or bring your own dressings or sauces when possible. It's not about perfection. It's about reducing your exposure over time. Because when inflammation decreases, the body can heal. Joint pain lessens, skin clears, mental fog lifts, weight stabilizes, and your risk for chronic disease drops dramatically. We are in the middle of a health crisis fueled not just by sugar, but by seed oils hiding in plain sight. It's time to bring that truth to light. You don't need to wait for policies to change. You can change your oil and change your life. Because real health doesn't come from what the label says. It comes from what your body says after every bite. And when you remove the hidden oils inflaming your cells, you make room for energy, clarity, and resilience to return. The revolution starts in your kitchen, and it begins with the oil you choose.